What's up, guys? Spotter here. I'm doing a little farming on the good old planet of Venus. I'm just having a little fun here because I'm going to be reading as well because we got some stuff for you. We got some patch notes that Bungie just released, and looks like the patch is going to happen tomorrow morning, probably with coinciding with the wipe, the Tuesday wipe. So you know the weekly wipe and stuff that happens. You know that stuff. I hate these frickin' spirit blooms in the tree. Anyways, and I must be like an oracle because they are making some changes. I mean, we just posted the video about the VEX MYTHOCLAST, and we talked about changes and balancing, weapon balancing, stuff like that, and Crucible and the Iron Banner. Well, lo and behold, that is actually going to be taking place. So we're going to run through the patch notes with you and give you our thoughts on some of the things that are included, and our thoughts on some of the things that aren't included, or at least one thing that's not included, right? So, update notes in general. Apparently, it looks like they fixed the bug where the Valkyrie 05X ship was the same as the Aurora Lance. Okay, it's pretty cool. Classes for the Titan. Unbreakable. Fixed an issue with the perk granting more agility than intended. Okay, so, you know, your perk's going to get a little nerf there for the Titan. Warlock, Brimstone, perk can now activate if player is airborne. Okay, so I don't know about these, I don't know what these abilities are, because, you know, I play Hunter, and apparently they're not affecting the Hunter. The Hunter, see what they're saying, what they're really saying here is that the Hunter is perfect. See? They don't have to touch the Hunter because the Hunter is perfect just like it is, right? No, that's probably not it, but whatever. I like to think so, because, you know, I'm Hunter. Anyways, okay, let's keep moving on before I get hated on by all the Titans and Warlocks that might be watching this video. Okay, weapons, general. Fixed some issues related to quick weapon swapping. I'm not sure what those issues are. They didn't specify. Auto rifles, and this is where the nerf comes in. They were going to do something with the auto rifles and the shotguns and the scout rifles, etc., right? So, auto rifles, base damage decreased by 2%. That's not a lot, but, you know. Reduced precision damage multiplier from 1.5 to 1.25. So your headshot bonus is going to go down significantly. It's going down quite a bit, which is unfortunately. It's going, well, yeah, that's crazy, okay. Stability decreased by 4%. Looks like, oh, decreased by 4% to 17%, driven by stat value. So, yeah, that's going to, oh my god, you know, you got some recoil on those guns. You're going to see it even more so on a lot of those guns. That's pretty crazy. So they really nerfed those. I mean, some of them are just, the stability is insane. Like I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all works out and plays out once the patch is live. Hand cannons. In-air accuracy now increased. So apparently if I'm jumping and I'm shooting my hand cannon, I'm going to get an increase in accuracy while I'm in the air. So that's pretty cool. So we do some jump shots and stuff with the hand cannon. I just happen to be using the hand cannon. Scout rifles, base damage increased by 6%. So that's cool. Now, I'm pretty sure this is across the board. Like, it'll apply to both PvE and PvP. So, you know, if you're just play PvP and Crucible and stuff, then it'll impact you as well as if you just play PvE. I'm pretty sure. They don't specify that it's separated, okay? Damage versus combatants increased by 6 to 25%. So that, based on tier, okay. So base damage increased by 6%. Damage versus combatants increased by 6% to 25%. All right. Improved the target acquisition plus additional recoil tuning. So that's not bad. I mean, you know, we play a lot of PvP, and I use the scout rifle a lot when we're doing the vault of glass. So we'll have to see how that works out when we run it again tomorrow or Wednesday or whatever. What else we got? Shotguns. Here we go. The shotguns have been nerfed. Decreased base damage at maximum range or fall off by 20%. Shot package perk now has a slightly wider cone of fire. All right. The rangefinder and shot package perks are now mutually exclusive. Alright, so I'm not sure about those perks. I haven't really gone into the shotguns and really analyzed the perks and stuff. I mean, we'll do that at some point. But, whatever. So, you know, at least the base damage at maximum range fall off has been decreased by 20%. So I think that's the important thing right there. All right, here's the big one. This is referencing specifically to the video we posted earlier. And man, I would have had it out sooner, I swear, but I was having production problems and video audio problems. So we had to re-render it like 3 times or something like that. And it got out pretty late. Unfortunately, the patch notes came out just as we were setting it to public. But anyways, okay, so the VEX MYTHOCLAST. This is crazy. The base damage was decreased by 34%, or will be, when the patch applies, decreased by 34%. But they're giving you a bit of a buff on the precision damage multiplier. So they're going to give you a buff on it from 1.25 to 1.5. So the headshot bonus, basically. All right, that's a big decrease in damage, and people are already freaking out and whining on the forums, saying, oh, the VEX MYTHOCLAST has been nerfed, it's now useless. You don't even know. You know what? Just wait. And you can't argue that it's not overpowered. If you saw the video that we posted earlier, or seen anybody else post anything with the VEX MYTHOCLAST, that gun is completely OP. To go from running regularly, you know, a 1.5 to a 2.0 KD, and then just simply by equipping the VEX MYTHOCLAST, not even upgraded at all, and running a 5 to 6 KD? Come on, seriously. You can't argue that it needed to be, that it didn't need to be nerfed. I'm sorry. So we'll see how it pans out. There are a lot of people complaining that, oh, I had to beat the vault on hard difficulty, and, you know, there's only 1% of players who actually have it, and you know what? But everybody uses it, and everybody destroys everybody else in the Crucible, and it's severely overpowered, and it severely creates an imbalance in the game in multiplayer, okay? So it definitely needed to be nerfed. We'll just see if it's really as bad as people are saying it. Like, you can't really say, okay, 34%, but, you know, wait until you try it and see. Okay? Because the weapon should be balanced. Pocket Infinity. Enhanced battery perk has now been replaced with a speed reload perk. So that's going to be a problem. Because I know the Pocket Infinity, I think, what is the enhanced battery perk? Means it doesn't take any time to charge. But now there's going to be a charge time. I think. I haven't really used it that much. I know I have the weapon, but I've been upgrading other weapons. So that's the change for the Pocket Infinity. Alright, perks. Metal Detector. Fixed a bug that prevents this perk from actually providing additional ammo. Alright. And then Lightweight. Fixed a bug that allowed additional agility to apply even when a weapon was stowed. Alright. Activity. Strikes. Engram rewards from strikes now appear in the post-game activity summary. Alright. And then Raid. Okay, so this is the interesting one for the Raid. Kill volume. So the Templar encounter. And it only applies. There are 2 items here just for the Templar encounter. Kill volume added to sniper platforms to prevent players from sitting on top of them. So, and we utilize some of this for the oracles. We utilize this to for the oracle stage when it's just shooting the oracles and that's it. We also utilized it for killing the Templar. So we're gonna have to see once the patch is in place and see what changes that's going to make to our strategies. We'll update it. We'll update our strategy for you guys because I know we posted them the last few days. We will update them accordingly depending on how this impacts what we're doing in the vault. The other one is Relic is now removed and respawned if the holder leaves the playable area. And I think this covers off people that were grabbing the Relic or grabbing the shield and running back up top to, you know where you spawn, right? But even way above there so that they can just take out the Templar. I think people are doing that. That's what I heard people have been doing. And I guess that's outside sort of the playable area once you jump down to the Templar area. So I think the Relic is just going to disappear and respawn if you try and go outside that area. So that'll be interesting. Now, the only thing they don't list, I mean, okay, regardless, yes, it is a little bit cheese to do the Templar thing or shoot the oracles from the platforms, but it still takes effort. It still takes time. You still have to take down the Templar and kill him, and you can't do that instantly. Where's the Atheon fix? I mean, people are just cheesing. You know, when you say cheese, that's cheese, man. That's some serious cheese. Where they're actually glitching out Atheon and pushing him off the platform and killing him in 30 seconds. And they're not patching that. Seriously? So they're going to patch the Templar, which still takes, on hard difficulty, 15 minutes to 20 minutes or whatever to kill. But they're not going to patch Atheon yet. So maybe that's coming in the future. Who knows? All right. And then the last one, destinations. And this goes for loot caves and loot stairs or whatever. which, you know, are completely pointless, at least at my level anyway. I don't know. They're not really useful to any degree. But the Fallen have also retreated from their hold over the rocket yard to discuss a new takeover plan. All right? So that was an update that somebody had. Oh, the loot cave in Skywatch is gone, so somebody else found a loot cave in Rocket Yard. So that one's patched, and I'm sure they're going to keep patching them as people keep finding them. So that's it. That's the patch notes. That, you know, that's all of them. Everything's there. So what do you guys think? Let me know. And like I said, what we will do, we're going to go through the vault again after the weekly wipe. And we'll see what we can do with the Templar, and we'll provide you guys with something, a different strategy. We already had a different strategy when we were going through on normal, so I think that's the one we're going to utilize, and it's actually pretty decent. It's obviously not as safe as the one we're using in the videos that we posted the last few days, but we'll definitely get something for you guys, all right? To make sure you have an easier time getting through the Vault of Glass. That's it for now, guys. I'm Spotter, and I'm out.